This is awkward, man. So it's mint, it's low mileage, it's got amazing spec, it's been tuned. I've always wanted an E63 as well. The big question is it time to sell the M4 CS? So Ben, the time has come, mate.
I told you this day would come, Cal.
You told me.
I told you, mate.
Cal, you're going to buy this car one day.
And you have.
And I have, and I've just bought your AMG off you. So, what's in store for you? Do you know what you're going to be buying?
Probably something Jap.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Going back to
we've had
Jap?
a little conversation, but yeah, we're not sure yet.
You've got a few good options.
Yeah.
I'll throw some little ideas on the screen. Be interesting to see what you buy though. I'm actually really curious.
I'll keep you posted, man. You know that.
We'll catch up in the next couple of weeks and see where you end up.
Yeah, definitely, man.
So
you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
I am really. Obviously, I didn't drive it in the video that we done a few months back.
No, you didn't.
So I'm looking forward to driving it now. I'm going to go for a little spin in it in a sec.
Yep.
But yeah, I might even do some draggy times in it. See how.
I think you should.
See how.
There'll only be one of us in the car this time. So
yeah, one less person in the car.
Traction will be an issue, but you know.
It'll be fun. 700 brake horsepower, yeah.
Around that, yeah. 670, 680 maybe, something like that.
All right.
It's the torque that's the killer because it's trying to put like 800 odd pound-foot of torque down. So through the rear wheels without an
real drive car,
yeah.
It's going to be a right laugh. So
it will.
Cool. I'll let you go then, and then
awesome,
I'm going to jump in, go for a little drive,
cool.
and then we'll catch up in a couple of weeks.
Enjoy,
yeah.
Mate.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers, bud. Bye.
It's funny, so many people say to me, let's just give that a wipe actually, alright? Yeah, it's fine, that's it. So it's funny, so many people say to me, Cal, why do you not keep a car for longer than 5 minutes? And the obvious reason for that, guys, is I'm constantly faced with these dilemmas. Ultimately, everything that I drive is a bit of stock. So at the minute, you've got the M4 there, not the Astra. Just sold the Astra. Got the M4 there, loving the M4. It is just a bit of stock. I mean, sometimes I do put them in my own name, put my own private plates on them and stuff. Have not done that yet with the M4 because, I don't know, got an E63 AMG anyway. But have I decided to buy this car and keep it for myself, or is it just going to be a bit of stock? Now, I've not yet driven this car, but when I drove it, or when I met up with Ben a few months ago, at that point in time, he wasn't ready to sell it, but I was ready to buy myself a new car. It's a bit of a frustrating time. The M4 come up, I think, no, the R8 come up, then the M4 come up, and blah de blah, right? Now the E63's become available. I've bought it. But do I want to replace? I don't know. Let's have a little look around. Let me show you why this particular car is so special, and we'll go for a little drive in it and do all the usual stuff, have a little wander around it, and we will do draggy times in it, because ironically, my M4, after tuning, 496 brake horsepower, that is the next car up the draggy list after this car. So we've done draggy times in this car. I can't remember the exact times, but we'll put the draggy leaderboards on screen now. And yeah, that was slightly slower, but we did have a passenger in it before, so I'm guessing that on this run I should beat the M4. We'll see. All right, so let's have a little wander around it, yeah? So this car is a 2015 car, so it's a really late reg. Obviously it's the facelift. It's a 5.5 litre V8 bi-turbo engine. The earlier cars, like the pre-facelift cars, they were a 6.2 litre naturally aspirated, you know, the typical 63 engine that came in the C63, sorry. Love that engine, but obviously with a couple of turbos, it does produce a lot more power, and then tuning wise, you can get a lot more power out of them. So this is MSL stage 1, so it's just a remap, no hardware, no downpipes, nothing like that. And they produce near on 700 brake horsepower, a bit less than that. So it's massive power, obviously rear wheel drive. They do not have a limited slip diff, so putting power down isn't too difficult, but yeah, it's just a bit of fun and games, but we'll discover how bad it is shortly. All right, so since the previous video with Ben, he has done a couple of little bits to it. He's lowered it slightly, 25mm all round. The rears are just airbag suspension, so you put like a little link in the rear airbags, and it just restricts the height of the suspension slightly, so it's sitting really nice. And Ben is actually does a bit of detailing, there's a bit of hobby, so the car is immaculate. I mentioned that it's really low mileage. It's actually on think 21,000 miles. 21,000 miles, is it? It is. Can you see that? Look at that. And even like the smell of the car, you know, I love a fresh car, I love a well kept car, and this is honestly, it's such a nice example. Look at it, look in the back. It's just a really, really nice car. So yeah, funny time. But continuing on with what Ben's done to it. He's done black badges, the rear carbon lip spoiler, which I think was on in the previous video anyway, and that's about it. Really subtle touches: lowered, black badges, carbon rear spoiler. Has got a bit of dust in it. That's a good old binker dust. Just a bit of a nightmare, that does annoy me. But yeah, let's hop in on the inside quick, go over spec levels. It is a cow spec car, hashtag cow spec. It's got pan roof, it's got heated seats, and it's got a V8 basically. So yeah, armrest as well, which is great. And what else can I say about it? IWC clock on the dash. Just a seriously cool car. It's also got keyless entry and keyless go, which is a nice little option as well. All right, so yeah, let's now hop out on the road, do draggy times in it, see how I feel about how this thing drives, and see how well it performs on the draggy leaderboard. Yeah, let's go. Mustang there, sounded good, didn't it? V8, hashtag V8 gang. But more to the point, hashtag AMG live. So this car is like currently it's quite calm, it's quite subtle, it's floating down the road, it's very peaceful. You can just about like subtly hear that AMG purr under the bonnet there, really subtly. And on the downshifts, little blip of the throttle. We are in Sport Plus mode as well at the minute, so obviously, like I said, it has had nothing done to the exhaust, so it ain't crazy loud like some of them. I know a guy that lives local to me, he is, I don't know what he's done to the exhaust on his car. It sounds like it's got no bloody exhaust, but it is definitely the loudest car I've ever heard in my life, like road going car. It is absolutely ridiculous how loud this car is. So if you want a noisy car, if you want a really noisy car, buy one of these and take every box off the exhaust going, and it will sound mental. So yeah, just had a little play with the throttle pedal there. This is quick, man. This is a very, very quick car. That is just literally feathering the throttle, having a little play, and back end is trying to escape, as you'd expect, as we go down the horrible bumpy roads. But what is nice about an AMG is it does offer everything, and I say that a lot in cars. Like I had my R8, it didn't offer everything. It was an amazing car, don't get me wrong, but I like a car that offers everything, and an AMG does that perfectly. C63 AMG, obviously one of my all-time favourite cars. What? This car is brutal. I can't believe that. This is definitely doing better draggy times with me on my own today. Definitely, if I could put the power down. But yeah, but the E63, that's what I was saying about the E63. The E63 is one level up. I would say the premium, or the quality of car between a C63 and an E63, it is a massive step up. Like an E-Class is definitely a seriously classy car in comparison. Not to say that I'm not putting C63s down, but I'd happily daily drive a C63 AMG. Love them, absolutely love them. But the E63 definitely does have a bit more of a premium feel to it, inside and out. So, and it's also nice, I suppose, when you get one with a couple of turbos under the bonnet. And that applies pretty much throughout the whole range of C and E63s, like the later E63s. I think I love them, absolutely love them. I've not yet driven one. It's definitely a bit of a bucket list car for me. Probably a car that I will have and keep and own for a period of time at some point. But yeah, I do really like them regardless. But yeah, they are, again, if you compare the new E63 to the C63, again, not putting the C63 down, the E-Class is definitely a massive level up as far as quality is concerned. So I like the fact that this car's been sort of finished to quite a reserved level. There's not too much going on here. We have got a carbon fibre splitter. Ben gave me that as part of the sale, and I think I probably won't put that on the car because I don't feel like it. I don't know, I think some cars need to be left alone. Even the suspension, that was potentially a little bit far to go with modifying this car, because it is such a gem. Wow, telling you now, this is a lot quicker than my M4. Obviously the M4 is a 6-cylinder engine. It does have a couple of turbos as well, but the difference in a V8 to a 6-cylinder engine, you're just getting so much more mid to low end torque. You can just feel it constantly there. The power's just there, and even the sounds, man. So what we'll do now, I feel like I'm banging on a little bit now. I am really enjoying this car. I suppose what we're trying to conclude from this video is, would I sell my M4 to buy this car? Is the M4 going to go up for sale? And secondly, how quick is it going to? That's quite a nice 1 Series there. And secondly, how well is it going to perform on my Dragon leaderboard? So let's go and do that now. Yeah. Do you know what? This is going to be a bloody nightmare putting the traction down. Feathering the throttle. Oh, that wasn't too bad at all. Have a little look down. So we've got 3.65, I remember that from my M4 to the S1, 3.65 to beat, and did we just beat it? That was a good run, let's just say that. Let me do a couple more, and we'll do the usual thing. I'll come back to you in a sec. Come on. Definitely do better than that. 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Let's have a little look. Well, just honestly, these cars are just bloody brutal, and I think AMG just seems to do probably the best job across the car market, do they? Definitely one of the best jobs of combining like a refinement, comfort, quality in a sports car as well. Like this car, it is literally everything. What I find interesting about this car is you can flat the throttle and it does just about put all of the power down. Now I say all of the power, I would say you're definitely losing power through the diff. It does feel like, because it's an open diff, just like it's a little bit sketchy there. It's very sketchy, but it is actually putting the power down. But if it had an LSD, obviously you would be fighting a lot more with the back end. But it is interesting that I've just managed to do really good draggy times. They're actually not as amazing as I expected they would be. Like I thought this thing would do exceptional draggy times, because it does honestly feel quite a lot quicker than my M4. Like I'm not putting my M4 down, it's a very, very fast car, but this thing is bloody, it's mental, man. It's very, very quick. So obviously weight difference, this is a lot heavier than the M4, but ultimately, yeah, it's a fast car. So draggy times, we haven't actually shaved off that much of time by not having a passenger in the car. I think we've done 3.69 seconds 20 to 70 before, and today we've done 3.57, so just over a 1/10 of a second quicker. That does make it quicker than the M4, but only marginally quicker, which is interesting. I would say 100 to 200 kilometer times, this would definitely, you've probably noticed the difference more at that point of the speed range. But either way, yeah, overall this car is bloody amazing. Now for me, am I going to be swapping the M4 out for this as my new car? You know, I think I'm going to turn around here actually. Yeah, let's turn around. Am I going to be changing this as my new car? I am not going to, and I think the reason for that is, one, I'm actually not in a rush to part with the M4, and I always say hashtag everything's for sale. Everything is for sale. If anyone wants to do a deal with the M4 with something that I'm really, really interested in, then I'll be up for doing a deal. But for me, comparing these two cars side by side, obviously this is just outperformed the M4, yeah. So in a straight line drag race, this is going to beat the M4. This has also got a bit more comfort, a bit more class maybe. It's got back doors, proper back seats. I know the M4's got proper back seats, but you know, getting car in and out the back and all that sort of stuff, this definitely offers more. But the M4 CS, in my opinion, it's just so much more special. That's a seriously special car. You don't see them, but not that you see these everywhere. I don't know. Am I ready to part with the M4 for this car? I'm definitely not. But at the same time, this car is bloody amazing. So that's pretty much my summary. Hear that downshift? We're right up to the rev limiter there. Yeah, downshifts are savage. the overall driving this car established. I think for me, one thing I would like being serious, if I was to change the M4, if something was just to tease me today and tempt me to sell the M4, it would be a high performance estate car. That's honestly what I would definitely let go of the M4 for, because I don't know what it is about estate cars. I look at high performance estate cars online all the bloody time, and I just think that's so cool. Obviously, hence the reason why I'm building the Touring, because I just think when you've got an estate car that offers everything with performance, you've got a practical car that's horrendous on fuel, granted, but it does everything. And I think, yeah, maybe if an estate car come my way, putting the feelers out, if anyone's got a mad estate car they want to do a deal with, the M4, let me know. But other than that, it is staying. I'm not in a rush part of it. This car will go up for sale. Value wise, these cars, something this kind of mileage is in the region of about £35,000. Really difficult car to put a price on, but they are good value for money. If you looked at like an RS6, which is a comparable German sports car, I know they're in a state, but an RS6 on a 15 plate with this kind of mileage would probably be closer to maybe £50,000, be a lot more money. So they are good value, they're an amazing car. But yeah, I'm going to leave it as that. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks to Ben as well. Like, I've got some amazing customers, they always come back to me. A lot of you lot, obviously through my channel, come to me to sell your cars, obviously to buy cars as well. I'm very, very lucky. I've got a great business, and a lot of it is supported by you lot. So yeah, shout out to Ben for coming to me, and everyone else that comes to me. I know I show a lot of gratitude from that point of view, but this is an amazing bit of stock. It actually came on as a sale or return. That's something I should have mentioned. We were selling it on behalf of Ben, but Ben got a bit impatient, just said, Cav, I want to just sell it. So we've now purchased it, and we're going to be selling it ourselves. So yeah, just want to say a quick thanks for that. And yeah, if you did like this video, do me a favour guys, hit that like button and hit subscribe if you are new to my channel, for a new video every Wednesday and Sunday at 6 o'clock without fail. And if you're on Instagram, give me a follow on Instagram at Calvin's Car Diary, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye. In the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader, yeah, that is in a Bath badge, and this thing's made a really, really interesting video, and I'm going to have it live for you on Sunday at 6 o'clock, alright? So I'll see you then.